You have a concept of being hurt. You have a concept of things being taken away from you. You have a concept of being poor. You have a concept of being less than. You have a concept of not being like the others. You have a concept that people will take things away. That's your self-concept. Whether it came from other people and you witnessed it or you experience it now in your own mind, you are still living that concept of you, and then you're going to experience that and manifest certain situations that come from that concept of yourself that you still hold that you haven't managed to get rid of. So guys, if you haven't realized, we have a new challenge dropping in April, and it's the Winner's Mindset Challenge. This one's going to be so much fun, and we're actually going to have a winner at the end of it, and I'll be announcing that on the first day, the 1st of April. It goes for the whole month of April inside the Subconscious Laws Squad. The challenges are always so much fun, and this one's going to be a real doozy where you're going to get your mind completely right to win at life, whether it's love, money, success, career, family relationships, whatever it is you're trying to win at, and you feel like you might be losing or you're not succeeding at getting your manifestation, or you keep getting bothered by success stories and wondering why not me and what mindset have those people got that I don't have, this is the challenge for you. It goes for the entire month, where every single day, Monday to Friday, we drop a challenge task for you, whether it's something like getting your theme tune, your winner's theme tune, or scripting out the list of what you want to manifest by the end of the challenge, or actually visualizing your new home or your new career. There's a whole lot of scripting tasks, visualizing tasks, interactivity, finding visuals that actually inspire you, almost like the squad becomes your own personal winner's vision board. Now, you know, I don't believe in vision boards, but some of you, this really helps, getting images, okay, and putting them in your mind and making them helpful in your manifestation, actually using those visuals. So we're doing a lot of that stuff inside the challenge, and it's really, really fun. So come and join us at Subconscious Laws Squad in the link tree or at subconsciouslaws.com, and the squad area is called membership. When you go to the membership area, you follow the prompts to join the squad, and then you go over to Facebook and join us there. Hi guys. All right, now this is a really good suggestion that goes hand in hand with the Winner's Mindset Challenge, and it's this: how is your self-concept related to your money situation? You will hurt me. Now, the person must have discovered inside my self-concept teachings that her main fear was getting hurt, and she wants to know how that's going to apply to money. Is there a connection? Of course there fucking is. I fear that everything I earn will be taken away from me. And then she's written in brackets, my grandmother was rich and lost everything through World War II. So those of you who have money situations that always go bad, or you always lose money, or you're in a situation where you never actually manage to make it in the first place, or you live paycheck to paycheck, you need to realize and accept that it's fully because of your self-concept. It's not the economy. It's not your family. It's not your situation. It's not your job. It's not your boss. It's not the divorce. It's not what's happening to you. It's what you're thinking about what happens to you. And that's where your mindset comes into play. And in Winner's Mindset, we're really going to get our mind right for money as well as everything else. Because a lot of you don't understand that you're blaming the economy, or blaming whoever the politician is that leads your country at the moment, or blaming economic circumstances, or blaming your boss, or blaming your pay, or blaming your divorce, or blaming your husband, or blaming your boyfriend who stole from you, or whatever it is that's causing your bad money situation, whether it's really severe like you've been scammed or lost your job, or it's just not great and you live paycheck to paycheck and you want to know how to make more. You guys have got to fully accept, and if you've done my money magnet course, and I'll put that here if any of you want immediate help with money, you've got to accept it's all to do with you. Now, if this person's got a dominant story, they're going to get hurt. I bet you any money they've either been scammed or lost money in some way. Now, she said that she thinks it will be taken away from her. Now, I wonder how it has been taken, and that's why I said scammed or lost, because sometimes you've got to understand you'll literally have this thought throughout the back of your mind the entire time when you get the money, even when you make the money, that you'll lose it or it will be taken away. So it doesn't even matter if you manifest money in. A lot of people lose the money within the first year, a couple of years. That's why they say, is it like 80% of lottery winners lose the money within the first 3 years, don't have any money anymore from that lottery win? It's because their fears still run them. The fears they had before didn't change. And their mindset is not a winner's mindset. Their mindset is a loser's mindset. When will I lose this? When will it be taken away? When will this all go away? That's why people become misers and save and do stuff to save money because they're so afraid of it going like this, going away. I used to be a massive saver because I was so afraid of losing money because I came from a background of parents who were very, very smart, but also managed to lose money or have situations that money was taken away from them because of their own self-concepts. Okay, and that's not their fault. It's just the way their minds worked. And I've had to really get my mind right. So have you got your mind right for money as well as love and everything else? No, come and join us in the squad for this because a lot of you don't even recognize that your money story is connected to you. So if you ever find yourself blaming your boss, oh, they won't promote me. They always promote the men in this. I've got friends who have got this real chip on the shoulder. If you're a woman with a chip on her shoulder about, oh, it's just what society's like and men get promoted over women and they don't work as hard and we have to fight to get... That's a story you're holding. I don't have that story, so I'm successful. I don't compare myself to any men or even bring up men in my job, in my career. I never have, and it's never, ever, ever been a problem for me. Right? I've always been promoted over men. Because I've never held a story that men will get promoted over me or men get favored. Ever. In my whole entire life, I've never held that story. I actually have a story I prefer to work with men than women. Sorry, but I just do. Okay? So there's one story you could be holding. You could be holding the story that people will take from you once you get the money. So this girl might even have a story that once she makes money, like becoming rich like her grandma did, someone will scam her out of it, take it away, ask for the money, not be happy for her, she'll lose it, she'll do a bad investment. Whatever the story is will actually cause any of those things or more to happen. Now, I personally have had to get rid of that kind of story because that has happened to me because of my story about money that came from my parents. And if you watch a certain story, it is hard to believe a different story. It's like if you watch a certain story about money or relationships, you watch a really unhealthy relationship where people fight and argue, you'll have a very hard time having a relationship where you're not argumentative or it's not fraught with conflict. You'll think conflict's normal. You guys have got to understand that whatever you witness with money, whatever you experience with money is what you think will be normal. My mum, when she was alive, was constantly trying to not be poor, because she grew up really poor compared to other people and she was ashamed of her background. And at her funeral, we even made a point not to bring it up because we know that she wouldn't have wanted anybody to talk about that because that was a part of her life she didn't really want to talk about. I'm sticking it on the internet now. Sorry, Mum. But it was something she tried to overcome her entire life, right? You've got to understand that that story will stay with you unless you get rid of it. And of course, it's to do with your self-concept. You have a concept of being hurt. You have a concept of things being taken away from you. You have a concept of being poor. You have a concept of being less than. You have a concept of not being like the others. You have a concept that people will take things away. That's your self-concept. Whether it came from other people and you witnessed it or you experience it now in your own mind, you are still living that concept of you. And then you're going to experience that and manifest certain situations that come from that concept of yourself that you still hold that you haven't managed to get rid of. So in Winner's Mindset, we're going to do a whole lot of tasks to make your mind right for money, love, success, career, family relationships, health, anything where you want to feel like you're not going to lose at life. And a lot of people are blaming other people. Oh, it's my ex-wife. Oh, it's the divorce. No, it's not the divorce of your ex-wife. It's the story you have about your ex-wife and the story you have about relationships and the story you have about money that's causing this situation. Oh, it's my boss. No, it's not the story. It's not your boss. It's a story about your boss or your story about men getting promotions over you or your story that you don't get appreciated at work or your story that you get looked over. It's not your boss. Oh, whenever I make money, people just ask me for it. Well, you've probably got a tendency to overgive and people please, and you think people expect you to give to them. And so whenever you have, you're expected to give. You don't have to give when you have, but you've got a story you have to. So you do. And then you've got a story that everyone expects from you because that's your story about other people. Oh, I always lose money. Well, you've got a story that money's hard to come by or hold on to. I used to have an ex-boyfriend who used to say, as soon as it comes in, it goes out. And I used to say, stop fucking saying that. Because that kept being true for him. No matter how much money he made, he had this story that as soon as he had it in his hands, it would just go, and it always did. And it probably always will. I don't know. I'm not with him anymore. I'd love to find out in 10 years what his money situation is. I bet you it will be exactly the same as it was when I knew him, because I know he hasn't changed that story. What is your story about money? And figure out how it's tied to you. And if you don't know how to do that, come and join us in Winner's Mindset and we'll really get your mind right so you're not doing that anymore. How can I know my story? Well, you have to analyze yourself, guys. That's what all of my assessments in my courses are about. My self-concept course assessment will assess you about your core self-concept in a kick-ass you. I'll put that here. And that has an assessment that tells you all about your general self-concept in everything. Then there's Worthy as Fuck for Love, which is about your self-concept in love only, right? And Money Magnet helps with your self-concept. There's no assessment there, but it really helps with your self-concept with money, okay? But come and join us in Winner's Mindset and you'll figure it out. What's this? Yeah, my boss keeps wearing leopard prints when I'm screenshotting. Haha. Cat, sorry. It's really hard to read over this, isn't it? What's your self-concept about your boss, Cat? I also prefer to work with men over women. I can't get rid of that story. I've had that story my whole life. I've really got to get rid of it, don't I? Because the majority of my company is women. That's not true. Women are some of the most successful in the world. No, it's not. I know that, but I personally don't like the emotional stuff that happens with women in the workplace. I find it draining because I find people's emotions draining and I find conflict really draining. And I've never had the level of conflict or emotional outbursts in the workplace with men that I do with women. I just never have. So I've got a really strong story. I've got to get rid of that, don't I? Right? That's my fault. Okay, guys, have you got your head around this? That it's not the money, it's you. It's not your boss, it's you. It's not the economy, it's you. It's not the Prime Minister or the President, it's you. It's not your boyfriend, it's you. It's not your ex-wife or your ex-husband, it's you. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. It's your concept of you. If you don't understand that and your mindset is in the fucking shitter as far as money, success, life, love, whatever it is, come and join us. April 1st we start. You can join anytime, but it's a really good idea to join us at the beginning of the month so you get every single day of the challenge. You can still go back and do them, but it's great to be there from the start. So you can join us to keep accountable and keep your mind right, because we all keep ourselves accountable inside the squad during these tasks. All right, guys, I've got to go to a meeting. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. See ya.